Jeffrey, Jacklich, the fourth. No, is that?
I'm the first.
You're the first.
I'm the first, Jeff.
Yeah, well, you are the one and only, I guess. That's for sure. Lucky for the rest of us, there wasn't. Like what? Make me stop. All right, make me stop. So today is today's Tuesday, right? The 20th of August, and all week this week we are sharing stories. Your story, my story about singles matches we had as seniors. That and look, seniors can be as young as what, 35?
Yeah, that's the category now. I think, yeah.
But we it's kind of leading up to we finally got this course together. We've got 7 plays, gold ball winning plays, that we want to make an offer to you to pick up. We've got the classic bonuses that are attached to it, which are just some nuggets of extra value to these plays that are, as Jeff said yesterday, boots on the ground, real world stuff. We're not going to teach you how to play singles like anyone on the tour. We're going to teach you how to play singles that have actually won some gold balls.
Right.
And Jeff, what do you got going? I mean, yesterday you told that great story about the quarters at 2016, the 55 hard courts over at Indian Wells. Even though you didn't win that match, still a great epiphany about drop shots that are just, I mean, my God, wait for another, 11 or 12 years and you'll discover that, wow, like I should be doing this almost every other shot because it wins points.
Right.
Anyway,
exactly.
what do you got for us today?
Well, same tournament, the 55 hard court category 1s at Indian Wells, and my first round match. And I spent a fair amount of time doing the conditioning work before I got down there because this was my first tournament back in playing singles. I'd played all the previous years just focusing on doubles because of work and knowing that I wouldn't be able to put that much effort into training. And so I knew I could compete with not a full, really doing a full load of training in dubs. So this was my first foray back in 2016 that I felt like I really want to see where I'm at. How do I measure up with these guys in singles? And so I put in a lot of time in the gym, a lot of extra effort to get in shape to go play this event. And that first match, I think I played a guy from New York, and it was the fact that I felt so physically strong allowed me to really relax and not overplay. Because this guy slid the ball around the court. He didn't hit a topspin ball per se. You were there again watching the match, and he kind of slid the ball around. And so not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of long rallies and that kind of thing. Very kind of herky-jerky. And the conditions that day, as they are almost every day at Indian Wells, is that slight breeze from the back end of the court.
Right.
That players don't realize why their ball is going long by 6 to 12 inches, can't figure it out, and your ball just drifts a little bit. You got the desert air. So you got these little variables in there that can really create havoc for the player who's unaware, which end of the court you take a little off, maybe a little more spin, and which end of the court you can really hit in through the back end of the court. So I just felt as I was playing this guy, I had to really measure the way I was hitting, but still allow myself to hit the ball, but not try to look for the exit. And that's one of the topics we talk about all the time. And the fact that I physically felt strong, I knew I could track anything down. I knew I could hit a slice ball, a slice back into the court, and I knew this guy really couldn't hurt me. But the challenge was not to overplay. Because of the style of this guy. If I had taken the wrong turn and tried to blow him off the court, I think that match could have gone south and gotten ugly really quickly if I didn't have the right mindset to say, you know what?
Well, that style of play, he's actually inviting you.
Right.
to try to take more charge of the point earlier in the point,
Right.
then what's realistic for the rest of us?
Right. Yeah. So I just there was never a point in the match that I felt like I really found my rhythm. I mean, I think actually we hit balls later that day. I think, so Brenny, I need to hit a few balls here, or I grabbed somebody. I think later on that day to go hit for 20 minutes.
Right.
That it was probably John Sutter, my doubles partner. And I think we hit some balls. So I felt like, Johnny, I need to hit a few balls to find my rhythm for tomorrow, for the next day. And so I never, that never came to fruition in the match. But the fact that I felt really physically strong, the fitness aspect of it, so that for me, that epiphany was, I was so glad I put the work in, because I was anticipating that was going to be just a bigger factor than in previous years, that the fitness factor kind of elevates, knowing that serve and volley wasn't going to be an every point thing, because I'm not serving as strong and, hitting it, and the points aren't going to be over in 2 hits.
Right.
They're going to be, 4 to 6 probably, somewhere in there. So that match was that's the epiphany in that match, was the fitness aspect really showed itself there, because it gave me confidence to just relax and just carve balls back into the court and just hit my patterns, and then finally let him self-destruct, which is really what happened. He would self-destruct once we got into 4 and 5 balls. It was over.
Yeah.
So
well, there's no question that the fitness thing does build confidence. I mean, it just does.
Yeah.
And whether or not you feel stronger as your, with just stroke technique. I mean, it could feel that you feel stronger with stroke technique. It could feel that you feel stronger with, I can actually do less. I don't have to have such a big swing to bring it in, because I'm a little loosey-goosey with not being fit. But you get strong, and all of a sudden you find, wait a minute, I can reduce stroke technique.
Right, and that's what happened there in that match.
Yeah.
I felt like I could rein it in a little bit, and because I physically, as the fitness really kicked into gear weeks before the event, my timing improved, stroke production improved, my balance improved, the platform I'm hitting, all these other subtle things that are down the list of things that are really hugely important.
Right.
But just the fitness factor alone elevated all of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's that one. It was huge. So it's just a major part in senior tennis. Survival of the fittest. That's a major.
Hey, and as we get older, I mean, I've watched that over, the last 10 years, is that there are now guys who couldn't win more than a couple of rounds.
Right.
Maybe, 60, 55, 60. Now, I mean, these guys are getting to the semis. They're getting to finals because of the fitness factor. And, the strokes are not great, but that doesn't matter. All that matters is that they can go, well, I think I'm going to stay out here. In fact, I'm just going to cancel my entire appointment book for the next 2 days.
Right.
Because my whole goal here is just to punish you. And I think, and you find the guys who got great strokes who've not done the fitness work. There comes a point where all of a sudden you start to crash and burn.
Right.
You might be cool for a set. You might be cool for a set and a half. But that roadrunner over there who's been working fitness-wise, who never played a lick of college tennis, maybe didn't even take up tennis till he was 41.
Right.
He's found a good pro that said, look, okay, man, if you're in the fitness thing, then I'm not going to mess with big old goofy strokes. We're going as minimal a stroke technique as possible.
Right.
And it may not be till you get in, the 65s till all of a sudden you are the man.
Yeah, you're going to be the example.
Yeah.
You're going to be the guy who says this is how you do it. Right.
That's cool.
For sure.
Well, that's good. Well, look,
for sure.
I would say one of the matches that really sticks out to me as a singles player was a round of 16 match at the 2008 60 hard courts here in the desert, Mission Hills Country Club, and I had to play a guy named David Nash from Minneapolis. David's like, I want to say 6'7" or 6'8". Big. You got a fly going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't waving you off saying I don't
Yeah.
care about this story, Brent.
Yeah, right. No, it was a fly right there on the forehead. Anyway, and David now, I think he was the 3rd seed, and I was a 9. I actually looked up the results yesterday, and I was a 9. Anyway, playing him, and this guy's a legend. This guy has won everything from A to Z, and been on all the teams, and just a huge serve. My God, just boom, right? Big serve and volley guy. So I will never forget. I'll never forget court 6, the very first point, and I'm on the north side, and he's just got the swagger, right? He's just got the look like he's definitely the man in this match, right?
Right.
And for some reason, I was very calm. And he serves the first point. He just hits a rocket to my backhand, and I just kind of turn and shut my eyes and just kind of block it, right? I don't even try to swing through it. I just block it. I become the human backboard for a nanosecond, and this thing just perfect, kind of like a backboard, ricochets back over the net, down at his feet. It hits it about 10 feet deep, and I just go, I don't know if I can win this, but Jesus, that sure felt good. It sure felt good. If the match is over right now, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, the epiphany I took away from that first point, hey, man, if I can just get the ball down to this guy, because he is tall, right? He's 6'7", 6'8". If I can get the ball down to his feet, I know he's going to bomb the thing. He's coming in. But if I can just get it down and
make him play in the dirt, man.
Get
him down there.
Dirt. And I knew that.
Yeah.
And so I just had this sense of calm about me. I guess, this was this was 10 years after I related the story yesterday about Armistead going, I can play with these guys. Well, you never really know for sure. But, and so I ended up winning the first set 6-4. And maybe I broke him that game. I don't know. But anyway, I win the first set 6-4. And then we play the second set, and I might have had a match point in the breaker in the second, but he ends up winning the second set in the breaker, and we go off, go to the bathroom, we come back, and let's see, how's it work? I'm trying to think who served the first game. I served the first game, and I think I got out to. I think I held and I broke right off the bat. And anyway, so I'm just going, well, all right, Brent, you can free yourself up for the return games, but really let's really focus now on just getting a high percentage of first serves in. I was playing serve and volley, right?
Right.
And nothing fancy, just like I had talked about with Armistead, nothing fancy. Just make the volley, make the big fella go on over there and pass you.
Right.
So finally I hold at, let's see, how's it work? I finally hold and he's serving at 2-5. And, I'm kind of thinking, well, he's probably going to hold, and then I'll be having to serve for the match at 5-3. Go.
Yeah.
And we got and by now it's later in the day. We got a nice crew watching the match, right? There's a real nice crowd kind of gathering, realizing, oh, maybe there's an upset in the making here.
Right.
And so we played this really long game where he's serving a 2-5, and I kept telling myself, Jeff, I said, I can't wait to serve this out. I can't wait to serve it out. I was lying to myself through my teeth. It was like the biggest sales job of all time.
Right.
Oh, I just can't wait to serve it out. Not in a negative way, but like oh, it's going to be great. And so I must have had 4 or 5 match points where he's serving. And I just, I didn't get it back, or, he comes in, hits a volley, lead court winner. Okay,
right.
All right. And then finally, I get another match point, and I just am loose because I know I can't wait to serve this out.
Right.
And I ended up I can't remember what happened on match point, but I win it. And it was a big win, right? It was a really big,
Right.
big scalp for me. David Nash, at the time was a big deal. So I came away from that match with the epiphany of I don't have to fight this guy's big first serve. I can actually I can borrow the pace. Let's see if we just can't get it down to his feet. Because if I try to hit it by him, well, look, I'm going into this wingspan that's going, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. The big guys like the ball out in the wings.
And so I was getting it down often enough. I mean, it's not like you're going to get it down there every time and break serve every time, but I was getting down there often enough. And then it was that thing at the end of the match where I came away just going, you know what? It's okay to have to serve this thing out. Right. I mean, and I also said, well, if I get broken, all right, I get broken. Would I rather be up him serving at 4-5? Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take it. I'm still up. So I think the epiphany for me was, why put the pressure on yourself? Why go, come on, man, you got to break here because God, the last thing you want to have to do is serve it out. Right. So.
Yeah, but that's the epiphany of doing that, though, and then, telling yourself, I can't wait to serve it out. It freed you up in the return game to do what you did in the very first game, which was, you know what? I'm just going to borrow this guy's pace. I'm going to block it back. Can I get a little knockdown return, make him play in the dirt a little bit, and make him work to win his serve?
That's right. That's right.
And so, is he going to be feeling a little nervous once we get to deuce? Yeah, who's got the pressure? He does, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you're just knocking these things down, not blistering or anything, just making him have to hit the ball from below the level of the net, big guy, guess what?
There's a chance.
There's a chance. Good things can happen. So I think, when you relieve yourself of the pressure of having to win the points, and you start to work in cooperation with the elements you have to work with, I think, wonderful things can happen because now you're no longer tied up in, I have to win this. It's just, let's just have a friendly exchange here and see how this works out,
well,
right?
And I think it sort of proved to me after that, my kind of big takeaway, my aha moment, my epiphany thing with that was for future matches, I would then get into playing against a tough guy, and I would have to serve it out.
Right.
And it was okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Look, if it doesn't happen here, well, does that mean the match is completely lost? Well, it might be if I go, God, if I put all this stress and then I lose it, and then you go into the dumps because you feel like you choked it. Well, look, how many times have we seen on the pro tour, men and women, they're serving for the match and they get broken. And they come back a few games later to win it. All right, it happens. Right. Why can't it happen to us? It can't.
Right.
So stop stressing. Stop stressing about it.
Yeah.
Guys, hope you got a little nugget or two out of today's stories from me and Jeff about some senior singles matches that really were pivotal moments in our careers as singles players, senior singles players. We are offering a 10 to 15 minute free complimentary, no charge coaching call. Just three of us, private, get in the phone, and we just ask, bring that one thing that's on your mind that you need some help with. And let's see if we can't help put you in the path to get that result you want. Go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click the button, and you will get two cool things. One, first of all, you get access to our online calendar scheduler where you can cherry pick a date and time that works best for you for that call. But the other thing you're going to get is a video that Jeff and I recorded back in January, 7 months ago.
Holy smokies.
219 issues or episodes ago, which is going to help you talk about ways to reduce your skill level range. And that means, in short, rather than make a long story out of it, how do you play close to the top of your skill level day in and day out rather than having the big swing? Jeff, what do we want the fine folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
Outstanding, guys. Get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff, more stories to come tomorrow.
Can't wait.